Hello. Today we're going to be talking about how to prepare for Endwalker. Endwalker is about to come out in about 2 more months. Endwalker will be releasing on November 23, 2021. But if you do pre-order it, that means you can enter the game earlier. And here's a list of a couple of things that if you want to be prepared when it releases, these are the things that you must do. Number one, the most important thing in this whole game, if you want to enter Endwalker and experience everything, it has to be the main scenario quest. The main scenario quest is going to lock you from even getting in. So, if anything, before doing anything else, any of the crafting or mount farming or whatever, I recommend if you want to start early on Endwalker that you do your main scenario quests. If you don't do the main scenario quest, you'll be locked from the area, you'll be locked from all the new stuff, all the new raids, everything that's part of Endwalker. Please don't rush it. I think the story is very good. I think it's one of the selling points of FF14, so please take your time with the main scenario quest. Next up is leveling up your classes. There are many classes in this game, and if you just started, you might not be able to level up everything, but you can prioritize which ones you want to do first. In my opinion, if you want to do Reaper or even Sage with decent gear, I'm not sure if they'll give gear like they did for the previous classes such as Gunbreaker and the other classes that came with the expansions, but Reaper and Dragoon do share gear, so if you want to level up Dragoon to prepare for Reaper, you could do that. They share their armor on the left side, and they also share their right side accessories as well. Along with Sage, of course, which is also a healer, and it will for sure share their armor and accessories. All the healer gear that you obtain. The only thing that will be different between Reaper and Sage, of course, will be the weapons. The weapons you cannot prepare them for until the game actually releases. Making Gil. There's many ways to make Gil in this game. I will cover that another time, but making Gil will help you kill time until Endwalker, especially prepare you for the expenses that could come along in Endwalker. But honestly, you won't need that much if you only focus story. Most of the time you'll be using your Gil for teleportation and whatnot. There's not a few things that could make you a quick buck. Doing your roulettes, gathering, of course, crafting from Firmament. Firmament is a good way to make Gil, and if you're all caught up, you can make some Gil from Zadnor or even Bozja. Get your Glamour game going. Might not be important to everyone, but it's somewhat important to me, so I put it lower in the priority list, is getting all your armor set up. So I want to make my character look as good as possible going into the next expansion, because I gotta get ready for those pictures I want to take. Setting up your glamour plates, getting your prisms, heading to the inn, changing up how you look. Leveling your crafting and gathering. As I mentioned earlier, you can best ways to level up your gathering is leaves, diadem from Firmament, and then for leveling up your crafting, leaves as well, but I suggest doing Firmament as well. I think the Firmament is the best place to level up everything, and very easy to gather the materials since it comes from everything in diadem. Increasing reputation or unlocking the tribes. So there are many tribes for each expansion. I suggest unlocking them if you want to make your life a little bit easier. The tribes can help you gain more experience for your battle classes, can help you gain experience for your crafting and gathering as well, depending on which ones you do. The crafting firmaments starts from Ixal 1 through 50, and then you can head to Heaven's Ward for crafting. Gathering gets introduced in Storm's Blood, that can be from the Namazu, and current tribes will also help you level up your gathering from 70 to 80. Mount farming. Mount farming can be obtained in various ways. Savage, you can run savage stuff for the mounts. If you want somewhat of a challenge, if you want something easier, I would suggest doing even extremes. Extremes drop really nice mounts going from horses, birds, and then the dogs from Storm's Blood. Certain achievements also give mounts. Collecting mounts in this game is pretty fun, especially with how cool everything looks. There are many options to show off. Doing Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High with a group of friends or solo. I suggest doing this as well if you want to level up the class or even you want a challenge. If you solo Palace of the Dead from 1 to 200, there's a very rare title called the Necromancer. Not many people have it, so it could be a challenge if you're willing to put in the time, effort to learn this place. It's very different from what you're used to. And there's special skills and abilities and mobs that makes this dungeon challenging. Getting your best in slot as in the best gear for your class. This is not that important getting into Endwalker, but it can help make leveling easier, especially for a class that you know you're going to play even in Endwalker. The highest gear level for armor is 530 at the moment and 535 for the weapon. If you're level 80 and you're wondering where to get that gear, you can check Glamour. Usually has the best gear and what to upgrade, and then you can also do Savage for the 530 gear and 535 from the last turn of Eden's. Next, doing Bozja, Zadnor, or even Eureka. Bozja and Zadnor has some goodies such as mounts, emotes, Glamour. You can also level up your battle classes in here. Pretty decent experience while grinding out for those things that I just mentioned. Basically, Bozja, Zadnor, and Eureka are pretty much fate grinds and then occasional 24 to even 48 man raids if you're interested in doing that. There's usually people participating, so I suggest you guys check it out. Gold Saucer. Our Gold Saucer is always being updated. I suggest getting some MGP even though you have gotten everything. But they do have stuff from Triple Triad cards if you like collecting them. Mounts, emotes, Glamour for the weapons and the armor. I don't work for FF14, but I know that they're going to be adding more stuff into Gold Saucer because they gotta keep this place alive somehow. I believe the Cactar mount is about 2 million MGP. The quickest ways to get MGP is most likely going to be Chocobo races and the events that are hosted around the Gold Saucer, along with Fashion Report. And last but not least, I probably didn't mention everything, but another way I do to pass time is actually roleplay. I know roleplay isn't for everyone, so I mentioned this last, but honestly, there's a lot of people on this game that are pretty nice, that just like to interact and just hang out at a house. It can get weird from time to time, but if it gets too weird for you, you know, you can just avoid it. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've done all the things that I've mentioned, then leave a comment below and I could mention some other stuff that you guys could be doing. There's always something to do on FF14, especially running old content. It doesn't always have to be new content. There's a lot of things that many people are missing. Many hours of content in this game. If you guys want to see me live, check me out on Twitch at Justice3. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.